So today I've embarked on a new art project in which I will re-engineer the Virgin versus Chad meme into a new gouache painting. And I'll start with this photo first of these two guys that have done a great job recreating the characters. And even though this is a great photo, I still need to add elements and filter this through my own senses to make it into a piece that's as accurate as possible to the meme. And I started with just the drawing, the details, all of the skeletal elements that make up the sketch before I start adding paint. And I'm using an H pencil here just to make sure that I don't have any super opaque lines that I'll have to answer for later. So now that I have my drawing done, I'm going to go ahead and start planning out the painting side of this whole process. And I'm going to start with looking at the original meme and make sure that everything matches up correctly in terms of color, size, proportionality, because the photograph itself, I think, has a lot of really accurate elements, but I want to make sure that in terms of being as authentic as possible, I want to match it up with the original meme as well. So the next step of this was to start layering on the black to get the contrast and all the darker elements taken care of before I start adding the watercolor and eventually the thicker gouache elements. And essentially this worked out pretty well in terms of making it like for example, this the technical aspects of the actual meme, the shoes and the New Balance logo were differently proportioned, so I tried to make that more realistic. And the clothing just had to be as manageable as possible. So I just like in terms of the rips on the shirt right there, and sort of like the headphones that I add later and the hair, it all had to be as accurate as possible to the hybrid elements of both the meme and the photo. And since I'm working on such a small scale, this is actually the full representation of how big the photo was. I don't have a full-size picture, so I'm working with a kind of a small resolution picture at this point. I wanted to also make this on white in case I wanted to add something later, like a background or shadow elements. Here I've taken the green and made the pants, which in conjunction with the shoes, I think I had to take some liberties in making them yellow and also a little bit more realistic, which isn't represented in the original meme as well, but I think it works well for the type of feeling I wanna bring out in this. So to sum this project up, I think it's been a really nice success. I wanted to make this as accurate to both the photograph I was basing it on and the meme as possible, so I can bring in the best elements to make this, I guess, truly spiritually accurate. I liked how everything worked out, and even though there were minor technical differences like the shoe color and the shoe type on the Virgin, the ripped sleeves on the Chad, those things weren't too hard to make again and make in a realistic context. So it feels like I had this level of of thinking to myself whether I could do that, and constantly questioning my abilities. But at the end of the day, I think it all worked out fairly well. And I think as far as keeping on perfecting it, that should come, like maybe shadows under where they stand, and but it's like I don't know. I might add that digitally in case there's like something that because these are like just characters in themselves that I want to keep as accurate as possible, I guess. But for now, I think yeah, this has been a really interesting process, and that whole thing of keeping something technically accurate and also spiritually accurate, especially when it's in a meme like this and making it real and tangible in this reality. It's like it's funny to me, and also this really kind of compelling challenge to make work at the same time. So in any case, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I can find more elements to bring in later projects as I go along.